This is a war that was supposed to stay regional, but it didn't. Fuel prices are surging, global shipping is paralyzed, and European capitals are quietly raising their terror alert levels. With me today is Mr. Ilan Marciano, political advisor within the Israeli government, and I will be asking him directly, how did we get here, and how does this end? Thank you very much, Mr. Marciano, for being together with us today.
Hi, good evening, everybody. You ask how we get here, right?
How did we get here? Can you hear me?
Of Iranian regime that all he wants to do is to destroy Israel. And this is the time that we have to confront him. This is not just another escalation from the Israeli point of view. This is direct. This is the war that the regime in Iran built its forces for 47 years to destroy Israel. I think everybody have to know that.
You know very well that when the strikes began, Israel eliminated virtually the entire Iranian command structure in a single night. We're speaking about Khamenei, the RGC leadership, the missile corps commanders. So how long had Israel been planning this operation? And at what point did you know that Washington would give the green light?
Yeah, so I saw once a documentary film about Khomeini, and he woke up in the morning and drink his tea. And the reporter asked him, "What do you think about?" And he said, "I'm thinking about destroying Israel." So people have to understand this regime, this Shia regime, is all he wants to is he goes against the Western world. He wants a Shia rules. If you're not Muslim Shia, you would not have the right to exist. And if you're Israelis, we have to destroy you. So this is a war. It's not escalation. This is a war for the next generation, that they can live in peace.
Further on, sources close to the Omani mediation channel say that Iran was within hours of signing a nuclear framework deal one day before the strikes began. Did Israel deliberately move to prevent that agreement, or had you concluded that any deal with the Iranian regime was structurally worthless?
Israeli listened to what the regime said every morning, every day, that they want to destroy us. Now, we can't allow them to have a nuclear weapon. We can't allow that because it's a threat of our existence. And we have to take it off. And that's what the American and the Israeli doing right now. They're taking off all the military ability of the Iranians, of the regime Iranians.
I want to ask you directly, did Israel enter this war with the objective of regime change in Tehran and not nuclear disarmament? Regime change. It's a basically yes or no question.
Yeah, if the regime will go, will change, it's a bonus for us, right? But if it stay, it will be weak. It will be a weak regime that cannot threat us anymore.
So hypothetically speaking, if the president of the United States, Donald Trump, were to negotiate a deal tomorrow, let's say, that leaves Iran with residual uranium enrichment capacity below weapons grade with inspectors, would Israel accept that outcome, or would Israel continue unilateral military operations regardless of what Washington signs?
I think Israel trusts the president of the United States. I think every agreement he will bring will take the interest of Israel too.
And if Iran raised a white flag tomorrow, what would be the minimum conditions Israel would accept for a ceasefire? What does Iran have to do concretely for Israel to stop?
Iran just have to stop, wants to kill the Israelis. That's all they have to do. They learned in the schools, the young people in Iran, in this regime, to hate Israel. They have to stop it. Now, I have to say something. The war, it's not against the civilians of Iran. They want the change too. The war is against the regime, the fundamentalistic regime. This is the war.
Speaking in economic terms, because the whole world is facing those economic changes, 2,000 vessels are currently, to this day, blocked, and oil is above $110 a barrel. Did Israel wargame the global economic fallout before launching this campaign?
I think there will be good news about this. Maybe we pay more now for the oil, but for the long term, it will be good for everybody. So maybe the oil will be more expensive, but in the long term, everybody, including Europe, will enjoy it economically way.
But why do you say so?
Because this regime, what he's doing, he goes to the Hormuz and he said nobody goes until they pay for us, or if
True.
you just control the Hormuz. Now, this is not an Israeli problem, not an American problem. We got the way to handle and to bring our oil. This threat is for Asia. This threat is for Europe. They have to handle it. And if they want to pay to this terror regime from bringing oil, so they will pay.
Because we also know that President Trump has set a hard deadline on the Strait of Hormuz. And I was curious if Israel supports the escalation against the Iranian power infrastructure, or does that cross the line even for Israel?
I know the President of the United States tweet 5 minutes ago. He said, the Hormuz is not our problem, it's the Europe problem, it's the Asia problem. If they want to handle it, come on and handle it. This is not a problem of Israel or problem of United States. It's a problem that the Iran regimes do to other countries. We have to understand that. It's like I don't know. It's like a mafia that wants to take control about the Hormuz.
And with different proxies, as we will mention further on, because how does Israel see this war ending? And realistically speaking, when? Is there a clear finish line, or are you prepared for a long time war of attrition?
Everybody remember what happens in 7th of October. The Hamas attack Israel, kills civilians, and this is was he built himself by Iranian money. Same thing we have with Hezbollah. The Israeli decided no more threat in our border. If the Hezbollah is a threat, we take it off. And that's what we're doing now.
As you mentioned before, the proxy networks, even across Europe, how active are they, the Iranian proxy networks in Europe? And is there a realistic risk of Iranian-backed terrorist attacks on European soil, including countries like Romania?
I think the terror regime of Iran is in act of surviving, can do everything. And in this point of view, he tried to survive. So we have to take care that he's not doing what you said and make terror in Europe. So he can do a lot of dangerous things.
So Romanians should be worried. Romania might be in danger.
All the European countries.
So for sure, this war doesn't stay only in the Middle East. It does come closer to home.
I think if we lose, the Europe will be in a big problem, because what's the Shia regime wants? He wants everybody to come for a Shia rules. What's a Shia rules? It means if you're not an Islam fundamentalistic, you cannot exist. You have not the right to exist. That's their mind, and we're fighting now this, because this is a threat for all the Western countries in the world.
So walk me through what the Middle East looks like in 2031 in Israel's best case scenario, and what does the world look like if that scenario fails?
Well, if the regime will be weak, like we want, so in 2031, it will be better for all of us. Now, if something happen and they will be stronger, this is a threat for all the Western countries. We have to deal with this. So this is not a regime that wants peace.
So it might be ongoing.
It might be. I don't think so, because I think what the Americans and the Israelis doing now, they take off all the ability of the military army of the regime. He's now very weak.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ilan Marciano. Thank you for being with us today, and thank you for your time once again.
See you in a good times.